Hello friends, today we are going to learn about plant life. This is the chapter from class 5 EVS. In this chapter, we are going to study how plants reproduce. Now, first of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of reproduction. The process of producing new individuals from its parents is called reproduction. This you have already studied in class 3. Reproduction means producing a new individual. Like human beings give birth to human beings, dogs give birth to dogs. So this is called reproduction. Now, plant reproduction is the process by which plants generate new plants. From rose plant, you get a new rose plant. From mango tree, we get seeds and this seed grows into new mango tree. From neem tree, we get seeds and from seeds, new neem tree grows. So this is reproduction in plants. It is an inherent characteristic of all living organisms to continue or maintain their races by the mechanism of reproduction. Reproduction is one of the main characteristics of living things. All living things can reproduce. Non-living things cannot reproduce. So there is no maintenance of races in non-living thing. But in living thing, because there is a characteristic of reproduction, so they maintain their races. Now, ways of plant reproduction. The most common form of plant reproduction is seeds, but a number of asexual methods are utilized, which are usually enhancement of natural process, including cutting, grafting, budding, layering, division, sectioning of rhizomes, roots, tubers, bulbs, stolons, tillers, etc. Now, as I told you, that plants reproduce and most of the plants reproduce through seeds. But what about those plants which do not have seeds? For example, potato. Potato doesn't have seed. Carrot. Carrot doesn't have seeds. Beetroot. Beetroot doesn't have seeds. So how these plants reproduce? The question arises, the plants which do not have seeds, how do they reproduce? So these plants which do not have seeds, they reproduce by asexual methods. So indirectly, we can understand that plants which reproduce through seeds is sexual method of reproduction. Now this in asexual method of reproduction, there are different ways like cutting, grafting, budding, etc. Most of the plants reproduce through seeds. Here the cycle is given. In class 3, you studied that flower turns into fruit and fruit has seeds which help in reproduction of plant. Now, sometimes new plants are obtained without production of seeds. Such plants produced from roots, stems, leaves, and buds. Those plants which do not have seeds, they reproduce through roots, stems, leaves, and buds. Since reproduction is through the vegetative part of plant, it is known as vegetative propagation. Stem, roots, leaves, they are the vegetative parts of a plant. So if the plant is reproducing from roots, stem, leaves, or buds, then this reproduction is called vegetative propagation. Here are some examples. In rose, stem cutting, money plant also, from stem, the new plant grows. Potato is a stem through which new plant can grow. Cactus again from stem, bryophyllum from leaf, and ginger from bud. Now, these are the 4 ways of vegetative propagation. From leaves, example bryophyllum. From stem, example onion, garlic. From roots, example carrots, beetroots. from buds, example rose plant. Now, reproduction through spores. If you see fern plant has small spores on the other side of the leaf. If you get to see a mature leaf of a fern plant, you will find that there are small spores, brown, some seeds like are there on the edges of the leaf on the other side. These brown structures, they are spores. And these spores, when they fall on the ground and they get moisture or water, they grow into new plant. Example of plants reproduced through spores are mosses, ferns, horsetail, bladderwort. Here is the picture of spores in fern plant. If you have fern plant at home, you can see, or you can go to a nursery. There you will definitely get fern plant and you can see these spores. In potato, as I told you earlier, that potato is a stem and it grows into a new plant. Now, take one potato and observe it. You will find that a potato has several small depressions. These depressions are known as eyes. They are not the actual eyes like us. Potato cannot see, but these depressions are given the name eyes because somewhat they look like eyes. Buds developed in these eyes. You all must have seen this happens when we keep potato for many days, then some yellow bud start coming. These buds, they form new plant. Later, new plants develop from these buds. Here in picture, you can see some yellow buds have come out. Now in ginger is also a stem. Ginger is underground stems that grows from buds. Here you can see in the picture, reproduction in ginger is shown. You can see leaves have started coming. Now bulb, the onion is a bulb, underground stem with fleshy leaves. Many a times you have seen this type of onion, a growing onion, and it is also available in the market. You can see it very easily. You can take one onion, partially dip it in water. You will see that leaves will start coming. The next method is stem cutting. Sometimes plants are produced from pieces of stems. These pieces have 1 or 2 burrs on them and are called stem cutting. Now children, here we have to keep one thing in mind, that stem must have burrs, at least 1 or 2, so that it can grow into a new plant. A stem without bud will not grow into a new plant. Plants that can grow from stem cuttings are rose, sugarcane, hibiscus, croton. Here you can see a stem cutting has been taken and it has grown into a new plant. This is day 1, how to grow hibiscus from cutting, and this is day 60. You can see here how stem cutting is done and how it is sown in the soil. Sugarcane growing through stem cuttings. If you see here, all the stem cuttings are having at least 2 buds so that leaves can grow from these buds. Runners. Stems that run along the ground are called runners. Strawberries are runners, ivy, Bermuda grass, they all come in the category of runners. Why are they called runners? Because their stems run along the ground and runners create new plants. Runners, you can see down wherever the stem will go, it will form a new plant. Strawberry plant have long stems that run along the ground and hence called runners. Here you can see the picture. Runner, there's a stem, daughter plant, then runner, then a daughter plant, and there is a mother plant. The next method of vegetative propagation is from leaf. How a plant grows from a leaf. The example of a plant that grows from leaf is Bryophyllum. Similarly, buds produced in the notches along the leaf margin of Bryophyllum fall on the soil and develop into new plants. You can take a leaf of Bryophyllum, observe it. You will find there are notches along the leaf margin. When this mature leaf falls on the ground and gets moisture, from notches, new plant starts developing. And this is how plants are reproduced from leaf. Buds that grow at the edge of the leaf will grow into new plants. Example, begonia and Bryophyllum. The next method of reproduction is from roots. Fruits, trees, and bushes send up suckers or new shoots from the roots and produce new plants from root pieces. Let us take the example of beetroot. Beetroot is basically a root. Carrot is also a root. And if you have seen, new plant from beetroot arises from root. And same way in carrot also, new plant arises from root. If you take the edge of the carrot and put it in water, you will observe that new plant has started arising. So the plants which reproduce through roots are beetroot, carrot, etc. Reproduction through seeds. Plants grow from seeds mostly. Seeds are found inside fruits. New plants grow from seeds when they fall on soil and germinate. Now children, here we will stop our topic and further we will study in the next slide.